So it's only me that would actually start a YouTube channel without an introduction. But anyways, here's the introduction you've been waiting for. Hi guys, my name is Tosin and you're welcome to my YouTube channel. Hi Roomies! Happy New Year and welcome to the Pop Room podcast. It has been such a blessing, right? Number of testimonies. I am so grateful, right, that we crossed over together. So on this episode, I really just want to introduce myself. I feel like I started off without like a proper introduction, right? So this is the Get to Know Me episode. So stay tuned. And all right, guys, thank you for staying tuned. Okay, so first question. My name is Tosin. Tosin Akintola, that's my name. I currently work as a physiotherapist. I also have a baking side hustle business, and of course, this channel, this podcast. So you're welcome. All right. So what do you guys want to know about me? What should I say? All right. Okay. So first question. Yes, my name is Tosin. As I said, my favorite color, of course, purple. The purple room. Purple, right? So my favorite color is purple. Why the purple room? So yes, it's my favorite color, right? But I also think that it took me quite a while actually to have a color of my own, and I know it sounds weird. Like a number of people grew up, knowing what their favorite color is and whatnot, but it took me quite a while to sort of come into my own and find my color, right? To be very honest, when I was younger, a lot of the times I used to just take other people's favorite colors. So maybe if I was crushing on somebody, to be very honest, and then the person had a favorite color, I'd take that. Or if I had a friend who probably had a particular color, I'll take that. But I came into my own, and purple is just a safe space for me. So to me, purple means royalty. It means excellence. It's also a safe space for me because a lot of the times I find that, I get my best ideas in my room. Right, I get my best ideas in my room. So like my favorite things are purple. So like the podcast is purple. My Bible is purple. My phone case is not purple, but but like I just like the color generally. I hope that answers the question for why purple and why the Purple Room podcast. Right, so yeah, that's it. That's my favorite color. Yeah, so for work, I work as a physiotherapist currently. I say currently but currently I work as a physiotherapist. I also have a side hustle, so I bake. My baking business is Treasure Chest. Please patronize us. I actually bake some of the best cupcakes, cakes, cookies, and trusting God to expand that as well this year. So yes, I also host a worship concert. So every year since 2022, I, by the special grace of God, have been privileged to host a worship concert. So the name is Let's Worship, right? It's based on Psalms 94 verse 6. Yeah, forgotten my passage, Lord of Jesus. But anyways, so I believe my major mandate is 1 Peter 2:9, right? Which is to call people to worship. Of course, showing people, right, the God who has brought me out of darkness into his marvelous light. So one of the ways that I fulfill that mandate, besides this podcast, is through Let's Worship. I believe it's Psalms 94:6, right? Which is a come, let us worship the King. So let's worship, right? So it's an annual worship event. Of course, when the details come up for this year, I'll put it up for as many as are interested. So yeah, that's it. What are my hobbies? So I love to sing. I love to sing. I love to read, so which I used to love to read. I still love to read, but life has life and adulting. So my time has been very wonderful. So it's a hobby that I've been trying to reignite. So reading has always been a passion for me. I moved from reading to movies, but it's always been the books, right? So books, I love books. I love, you can leave me in the library. Like I just love the smell of books and hard copy, soft copy, yeah. But there's something about hard copy books that I'm just gone, especially on topics that I really like. So I love singing. I love to read. I like baking a lot. I love baking actually. Since I was young, I've been watching like all the food shows on TLC. So I'm talking the cake baking competitions, all the chopped, every food ink competition you can ever think of. Yeah, so I love baking as well. I think those are the three hobbies that I really, really enjoy to do. So yeah. What made me what made me choose, hey God, these questions, who wrote these questions? What made me choose my profession? So I am a physiotherapist. For a number of people who don't know, physiotherapy is a rehabilitation science. So pretty much what I do is improve people's quality of life, get them back to doing either what they were doing before that they couldn't do because of an accident, or teach them, new skills. So from a general range of athletes, so orthopedics, pediatrics, which is a specialty that I really enjoy, to sports, to cardiorespiratory, that's patients in the ICU, to women's health, and neurology. So that's stroke patients, patients who have really any form of neurological disorder. So pretty much that's like a brief explanation of what physiotherapy entails. Why did I choose this course? To be very honest, it was very random. So like me, I don't know if anybody is like me, but plenty people that are like me who actually chose a medical course or medicine probably read Ben Carson's book, right? So read Ben Carson's book about, what was that? To be very honest, I've forgotten the book, the title of the book, like The Big Idea or The Big Something, right? And then, but the book was basically a story of his life and how he got into medicine, and now he's like a professor across different fields of medicine. So the dream initially started as me wanting to do a medical course, but I saw the needs or the things that the demands rather for medicine, and I decided I don't want to do this. So when I wanted to choose physiotherapy, pretty much I actually didn't know much about the course. When I started schooling, it was actually called medical rehabilitation. So I just looked at what I liked in secondary school. So I liked the subjects that I liked. So I really liked physics, right? And I like biology. I'm not a fan of chemistry. I'm still not a fan of chemistry, still a lot, but I really didn't like chemistry. So I just looked at, okay, what courses do I like? Do I really enjoy? And so I just looked at physics and biology, and then I read up on the course and realized, it has to do with biomechanics, that's body mechanics. So mechanics is physics, bio is, or anatomy is biology. So I was just like, okay, biomechanics, physics and biology, it's an easy win. So pretty much, literally, that is how I chose the course. Of course, read about it, got guidance as well, but pretty much that was like the logical explanation for doing the course. And so far, it's been a wonderful journey. For now, until I move on to the next thing. So yeah, that's it. My God. Yes, I am single from my mother's womb. That's what I'm single. Nobody's ex. But yeah, I'm single. I think that's pretty much the only explanation. I want to give regarding that area. Yeah, so I am a preacher's kid. I'm a pastor's child. I am the firstborn of four. Um, growing up was growing up was actually really nice, to be very honest. At least my early years, I think up until I was 10, right? Growing up, I had actually the best experiences. Yes, all the restrictions with like being a pastor's child and whatnot, but I don't really know if I there were some restrictions, there was discipline and strictness, but I think because I grew up in the church, it just became my norm. So I think growing up was actually a beautiful experience, right? Everybody had their growing up experience, but it was really nice. It was really so okay. Good thing and bad. Okay. So I think one of my very good traits. I think I'll just give one each. One of my very good traits is I am very how do you say the word? So I am very self-sacrificial. So it's both a good and a bad thing in a sense, right? So I go out of my way. I'm very when I'm given projects or when I'm put on tasks, I give my all. So like I am very passionate is the word. I'm very passionate about certain things that I'm interested in. The bad aspect about or the bad trait is sometimes I can be a bit overbearing. I don't know, but I just sometimes, right? Because sometimes I expect people to do things the way I would do them. So, when you expect somebody to do something as passionately as you will, right? And I am learning to understand that people are different. We're all different and we have different temperaments. So sometimes one of my pet peeves is I can be overbearing in that I try to push on people in a good way, of course, out of love, push on people to do stuff. But that push might sometimes be seen as me being overbearing. So yeah, good and bad, I think. Yeah, that's it. Yes, I have always spoken like this. So to be very honest, I was never really conscious of how I speak. I was spoke English is a lot, but I was never really conscious of how my voice sounds, right? That's how I've always spoken, right? So it's not like I picked up an accent or so. I remember in secondary school, I think when I got to like senior secondary school, had a number of people come up to me and say, "Oh, I like the way I like your accent." And I was like, okay, I have not traveled outside of the four corners of this nation yet, but like, okay, but I was just never really aware of it. So I think when I was doing my housemanship, my internship, right, a friend walked up to me and she was like, your voice is so, good and so nice, right? You should consider doing something in relation to radio or, speaking and podcast or hostings and stuff. So like, I was like, okay, but I feel like that, her suggestion also sowed a seed in my heart. So like, have good friends who are able to pick out your giftings and talents. To be very honest, I always knew I had a good voice, but that was in relation to singing. Right, because I've been singing since I was young, right? My mom is in the choir, I am in the choir, so it's always been about the worship aspects, the song aspects, never really about speaking. Like I still speak like if you want to speak like if you want to change it for people and all of that, I still speak Yoruba, whenever I want to, but sometimes when I want to articulate things, I like to hold this tone, I guess. But this is always how I've spoken. I don't really think I put in a lot of effort per se, or went. I didn't really go to any classes, right, to speak like this. So yeah, that's it. I want to be remembered. So I used to tell a friend when I was younger, right, that if at the end of life, right, in my old age, that pretty much I want to go to the grave empty. So the grave is regarded as the most fertile ground, not just because of the manure from human bodies, right, but because it's believed that a number of people went to the grave with dreams and aspirations that they never really got to do right here on earth. So what I used to tell my friend anyways is that I want to go to the grave empty, that I want to have given everything that I believe God has deposited in me, and every gift that God has blessed me with to bless humanity, that I want to have given my all, right? I don't want to be the richest person in the graveyard in the sense. I want to be the poorest in that every deposit of God in me I have dispensed out to my world. So I believe that's the lasting legacy I want to leave. That I bless humanity. I think it's very important that for anyone watching, it's very important that you also discover your purpose. So actually, growing up, they used to just, discover your purpose, discover your purpose. And I used to feel like, this purpose things, when will it end? But the truth is, when the purpose of a thing is unknown, abuse is inevitable. I know it's a popular thing, but it's actually the truth. Why am I here? What am I supposed to do here on earth? Because the truth is, you can't do everything. You can't. I know there's that. I know you can have it all, but you can't be everything and do everything. You'd have to get people who are skilled in different areas to help you augment the areas where you are weak. So find out, every human being, even if you're twins, even if you're conjoined, is born for a purpose and a plan here on earth, of course by God's design. And the only way that you can actually truly find out this purpose is going to God and going to your manufacturer, which is the only living God, and finding out, all right, through the scriptures, through the word, what is that thing that you have created me to do. And the truth about it is, it's not necessarily a job, or it's not like, oh, God called me to be a physiotherapist and that is all I'm supposed to do. No. If I was doing another job, it still does not nullify, right, God's purpose on my life. But the truth about it is to find out your purpose. It's usually given as a mandate of what you are to do, right? So all the other assignments you have to do will now be found in that mandate, to find out, oh, why am I here? What is the reason why I'm here? Of course, as human beings, we're created to worship God, to do things to glorify God. As Christians, we also have assignments like the Great Commission, right? Bringing people to Christ. But there are also specific assignments, specific tasks, specific things that people are supposed to do. So it's important that you find that out. And then within that umbrella of your purpose, now begin to expand and express, right, all the giftings and talents that God has blessed you with. So yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for tuning in and for listening. I hope listening to my story and getting to know me, you know me a little better, and hopefully also these questions you use them to ask yourself and reflect on it. Right. Thank you. All right. So finally, if I want to, what's the question? Okay. If I wanted to introduce myself, right? If I wanted to talk about who I am, right? Because it's important. Identity is very important. I would say that my name is Tosin. What Tosin means is God is worthy of worship, or God is worth serving. What that means to me is that I am God's worship. In essence, what that means is I am God's worship. So every single thing that I do is to worship and please the Father, right? From First Peter 2:9. So thank you very much for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye, guys.